So Drew, why don't I start with you? What is interesting and exciting in the world of investments in 2026?
Great, Alan, and thank you, and Happy New Year to everyone watching. One of the things that we were so excited about when we went independent 5 years ago was that we would have access to a much longer list of investments. And some of the unique strategies that have come across our desk in the last year or so have had really compelling investment opportunity sets, but they've also come with some tax advantages that come alongside them, which for the right client can be really meaningful. We're talking about access to opportunity zone funds. We're talking about 1031 exchange funds for real estate proceeds, tax loss harvesting strategies that are part of long-short extension funds, and a whole bunch of really cool strategies that we'd love to share at a later date.
That's really interesting. And I know you've been busy with the turn of the year working on our corporate retirement plans. Is there anything new in that area?
Absolutely. It seems like the retirement plan landscape is always changing. We've had 2 Secure Acts happen in the last 5 or 6 years, and it seems like the ability to plan for complex retirement plans is really an exciting opportunity. We're helping business owners design their retirement plans, stay ahead of the changing regulatory landscape, and providing really great financial wellness opportunities to their participants. And it's certainly not getting any easier, but we find it super rewarding.
And I feel like there's a lot of new changes there this year.
There absolutely is. In fact, Lori, would you care to share any changes that may have impacted you this year?
Sure. So for 2026, there's a new provision, Secure Act 2.0, where it allows individuals between the ages of 60 and 63 to take advantage of a super catch-up. So if you're 50 or older, you can add an additional $8,000 inside your 401k. And if you're between the ages of 60 and 63, you can add an additional $11,250.
That's great.
That's really interesting. And I know, because I'll be 50 this year, that there are some income limitations on whether you can do pre-tax or Roth for that catch-up contribution.
Correct.
So there's a lot going on there. And Lori, I often joke with Drew about how you're the nicest member of Green Wealth Management Group. I wonder, what is it that we're doing these days above and beyond for clients?
Well, thank you for saying that on camera, because you are not wrong. So for advocacy, which is one of the 4 pillars that we do for clients, advocacy in the past has been a lot of things, but we do make sure that we work with trusted CPAs and estate planning attorneys. In addition to that, now we've added some strong relationships with some local senior advocates that help clients when they're in need for either a facility for an aging parent, or if they need to have someone come and do some in-home healthcare for parents. So that's been a huge addition to what we can do for clients. And we have also added a medical and Medicare expert who's not on staff, but somebody that we can make introductions to for clients when they have the need.
That's great. So sometimes elderly parents aren't in the same geographic location as their children, and they need someone to help them out with their bookkeeping or their medical decisions. And these senior advocates really have been helpful.
Right. Sometimes they'll even bring, mom and dad to a doctor's appointment if that's needed.
That's great.
Now, we've touched on a lot of things so far, but financial planning, which is at the core of what we do for our clients, what does that look like in 2026? What's changed?
It's a good question. There's been a lot of change. The first thing I would mention, Drew, is the introduction of Michael Burke. We had a recent hire as a dedicated financial planner. He's the 3rd certified financial planner at Green Wealth. And we also had David Richardson pass his certified financial planner exam last year. And once he meets the work requirement, he also will get that designation. The biggest change for me, I think, is the One Big Beautiful Bill, sometimes called OBA. There are a lot of provisions in there that make taking advice, financial advice from a magazine very difficult. You just can't have AI across the board advice. Everything is really individualized. There are a ton of new provisions like no tax on tips, like the misnomer, no tax on Social Security, that apply to everyone's personal situation. So it's really important that you go through and look at things individually.
What's the one thing you're really excited to share with clients that they might not know about the OBA bill?
The one that I've been hitting on a lot as we get ready for tax season is the fact that any individual 65 years and up will have an additional $6,000 standard deduction. So a married couple, that's a $12,000 additional standard deduction. Now this gets phased out over time. It is in place till 2028, but it provides for a lot more income before taxes hit. And so I expect when people file their taxes, they'll owe less money or they'll get a larger tax refund.
Wow, that's great.
So, and for a lot of our clients who are on a fixed budget, that actually makes a difference. And I imagine that we'll see that play out in the economy.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
So just to take a minute and wrap up here, we're looking for another strong year at Green Wealth Management Group in 2026. We're going to continue to focus on our PIMIA, which is planning, investment management, insurance, and advocacy. And we're really here to help clients. So please don't be a stranger. If there's something we can do to help your personal financial situation, please reach out and call.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.